I rewrote my rant.
Second draft. Yep.
I love that you're trying to be crazy in Times Square, where, like, honestly, there's so much craziness going on there.
1980s now.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of 1980s Now, a weekly examination of the importance of 1980s pop culture and its influence today. Hey, everybody, my name is Will, and joining me for this very special episode, but not special like that Different Strokes, you know, the bicycle repairman. That's not what I'm talking about. This is very different. Instead,
Willis. We all know
it was Willis, right?
We're talking about.
Huh.
It was Willis who had the unfortunate.
No, I think it was Arnold's friend Dudley, I think.
Oh, Dudley.
Yeah.
God, how could
They couldn't make it one of the main characters. You know, they had a like.
No, that would be too disturbing.
No, you needed Dudley as a buffer
poor
for the
Dudley.
trauma.
Yeah.
Trauma buffer. That's his new name.
Well, my trauma buffers today are my friends from Desperately Seeking the 80s. Please welcome to the show, Jessica and Meg. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Hello.
Oh, it's great to chat with you. You know, for folks who may recall that Meg filled in for John some time ago, and we had a blast talking about a number of things. And so it's great to have Jessica on as well. I'm a big fan of their show. You should definitely check it out. Desperately Seeking the 80s. You know, obviously an homage to that Madonna film of that decade. You guys have been doing this for a while, but what really is astonishing to me is that you've known each other for much longer. How long ago did you guys first meet?
We met when we were 12. Okay. Jessica came to my school. She was coming from Fleming, and I was at Nightingale Bamford, and she was the new girl, and I was assigned to show her around.
I wasn't just the new girl. I was the only new girl,
which is
in
pretty
the 8th grade. Yes. So it was, yes. And there was some girl on girl bullying at first. And the reason that Meg and I became so very close so very quickly is that Meg told the bully to back off.
Really? I love this.
I don't even remember that, but I believe.
Well, I'm glad that seminal moment really stuck with you. That's fantastic. Great. And I've even repeated this and you still don't remember it. That's great.
I have no idea.
I feel so seen and heard.
You don't know that Meg did that all of the time. You were just one of many kids. She might have had a racket with the bully.
Why do you insist on robbing me of anything special? This is terrible.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Yeah, great.
So
glad to be here.
What's surprising to me is, so you met, what was it, like 6th grade? Oh, you said 8th grade.
8th grade.
Wait, you were 12 in 8th grade? Yeah, I guess that's right.
I was, yes. We were 12.
Or you're like Doogie Howsers of elementary school.
We were killing basic algebra.
It's amazing to me. So look, you guys seem like you've been good friends ever since. I've reconnected with a number of people only with the benefit of, social media. Were you able to stay in touch throughout the years?
We dipped in and out. I was not invited to Jessica's wedding, but she was invited to mine.
Mm-hmm. I've realized I've had you on now to help hash out some things.
I guess so.
This is a whole other podcast we should do. A third podcast.
I do remember.
Well, good night and good luck. Okay.
We were co-editors of the yearbook basically we were co-editors of the yearbook. So we worked very, very closely with each other senior year. Mm-hmm. And then, I guess in those days in the 80s, when you went to school, like people weren't texting or emailing, right? You just sort of disappeared for a while. You disappeared to school. I'm
going to add to this for a second.
We both went to graduate school after that too. It's hard to keep up with people when you're in school.
Yeah. Well, I feel like there are two sides of this coin, which are growing up in New York and being part of the small preppy world that we're part of. It's very hard not to stay connected in one way or another. So even if you're not in touch, you hear about each other. It's a very enmeshed world. So that's one thing. And even without, pre-Facebook or whatever, the gossip never stops. But separately, and Meg, this is just to add to what you're saying about graduate school and all of that. You have kids, and the people who have, and Will, you've got kids. So that the people who have kids and the people who don't have kids wind up going separate ways for a while. And I was off
Not having kids.
misbehaving.
Partying.
I was off partying. Basically, yes. I'm not kidding. And
Will, did you know that our parents date?
Wait, what do you mean? Date one another?
They're dating each other.
No, I didn't. No, really?
Yes.
Is this a recent development?
COVID.
It happened around COVID, around the time that the podcast happened. Yeah,
Okay.
Jessica's father and my mother.
We were all bored, so we just all hooked up. That's basically how that happened.
Yeah, what they call us COVID
bored.
bubbles.
Yeah, we were each other's bubble, and Meg very kindly invited my father and me to Thanksgiving right after my mom died.
Oh,
and
sorry to hear that.
thank you. And then maybe a year later, Meg called me and she's like, I have a really weird question. And I was like, I'm living for it. All I'm doing is like eating peanut butter by the handful in my apartment by myself.
Like Winnie the Pooh? You're just...
Yes. I was like, See, I got so excited remembering it. And she said, my mom wants your dad's number. And my father was, let's just say, very in touch with me.
Okay.
Every day, multiple times. Great. Have someone else call him. That's fantastic. So, and off it went. So Meg and I started the podcast together because we simply had a great need to do something and do something creative. And the enmeshment began.
Wow. So is this like a Brady Bunch situation where you're hoping to get married so you could be sisters officially?
I mean, I kind of feel like we are sisters, honestly. Yeah. I mean, both of our parents are in their 80s. There won't be a ceremony, but I mean, what difference does it make?
They may want a big ceremony.
No, definitely not.
They're going to want their parents to be there.
But we celebrate. Oh God, now I just got an image of that. What would my grandparents... I would not want my grandparents listening to our podcast.
I am such a macabre sensibility that I'm just imagining urns all lined up. Like
seats,
anyway, so yes, that's how it all began.
Very cool. Well, hey guys, and I realized I should have said this a few minutes ago, so I'll probably just add this back in. I'm really grateful for you to be here because I'm going to share with you a story that I shared with Kat and John when we were at a convention, Southern Fried Gaming Expo, just a couple of weeks ago, and the file got corrupted, is what the thing tells you. So usually we air those later, but that was something special for the live audience, never to be heard again. But I think I want our audience to hear this story, and I think one of the joys of it is being able to share it with folks who aren't familiar with it, kind of like you do for each other on your show, which is why I think you're a perfect guest. And for folks who don't know, I love your show in the sense, lots of things about it, but I do like how you split up the different, segments, I guess, where Meg shares a true crime, and you and Jessica shares something more pop culture, society, social aspect. And they're limited to the 80s. This is amazing parameters that you're still able to find content. Because I thought just finding stuff for the 80s was hard. You guys limited to New York as well.
We do.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
But
New York you can be relied upon for the truly mad. Mm-hmm. And, what is it? What's the phrase? 8 million stories in the big city.
In the naked city, yeah.
In the naked city. So,
yeah. So I appreciate you being here because today I'm going to share with you the story of the real life treasure hunt. It's bizarre. It has a lot of little different twists and turns, but ultimately it's responsible for inspiring how video games are played after, some board games, some other stories. There's some tropey things that come out of this true story. And that's that. So, hey, look, we'll get started. Oh, you know what? Let me make sure so I'll explain to you guys. Let me see if this is on here still from the show. It is. All right, great. So, and hello to some folks who have joined us since. I see Marcus is there. Marcus, with regard to our beginning of our conversation, Marcus says, looks like we'll hit a sore spot. Talking about year 2, your relationship. He also writes, here's the story. There was a vaccine. Yeah, so there you go.
Well played, sir.
That's good. I like it.
Yeah. But so look, I don't know if you guys, before you started doing taking your take on sharing these stories, had listened to any true crime, but I hadn't until I had a podcast, and until I became familiar with podcasts, but I guess some of the earliest ones I listened to were true crime. Were you familiar with true crime before you did your show?
Specifically podcasts?
Yeah.
I loved Serial. I got hooked on Serial. And then once you listen to Serial, all you have to do is say what's like Serial, and then you get a whole bunch of recommendations.
Right.
But yeah, no, I loved it. I mean, I've loved true crime forever and ever and ever in book form, but yes, now in audio form too.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, Jess, were you going to say something?
No, I was just going to say Meg was actually my introduction to true crime podcasting because I'm squeamish. Okay. And I get nervous.
And it's great that you're the audience for her sometimes really dark stories.
Oh my God, the story that I told her today, I just had to have so many qualifiers. Like, just brace yourself, Jessica, but it'll be over soon. It's going to be okay.
You gave me a trigger warning halfway through. Right. I was like, dude, are you serious?
I knew about trigger warnings as a concept, but I didn't realize how, thanks to my wife and the spicy books that she reads, how they put them at the beginning. I don't know if you guys even know. It's beginning of the books. And
I did.
Some of them, there's like 15 of them. We were at a book convention this weekend and I was just talking to some of the authors and they had their trigger warnings on their tables. And I was like, are these all fetishes? Or these just, some of them were just warnings? One of them was, because it was like, I'm trying to remember literally what they all are. It was like orgy, BDSM, organ theft.
Isn't that kind of
Isn't that just marketing? That's just marketing.
Yeah.
That's like,
and then they're telling you, what if you start reading it and it doesn't show up? You're going to be very disappointed. I don't know.
But why is organ theft listed among orgy and
sorry.
That's okay. Orgy, whatever.
I guess that's the book you need to read, Will. I mean, why are you asking us? You have the author right there.
I asked her. I said, is this one of the fetishes? Because all these other things seem to be fetishes. She said, for some people it is.
Well, I mean, for some people, is it like, this hair tie is,
yes.
Think of the possibilities.
Take it off. Take it away.
Oh my God.
Put that hair tie.
Is
it the stretchy kind?
BDSM.
Scrunchy from the 80s.
Right,
all right, cool. So this is what I learned from true crime podcasts, because at the time we started the show, 7 years ago now, I thought, all right, we got to get listeners. And what we could do is bank on this popular true crime that I'm hearing so much about. So let me listen to them and just break it down to its simplest elements that are common. And I'll just do that. So we have our story. And obviously that's one of the things. The other thing I noticed is oftentimes, it's not true so much anymore because now you have like drunk true crime. You had a guy or a woman with a serious tone. And they're playing music.
Serial. Yeah.
They're playing music behind it. And then they take, it's almost like a commercial break in a sense that, there's a thematic break or a little cliffhanger, and then they play different music or a little stinger. And then they come right back with more story. So that's what we're going to do. But if you guys have any questions, comments, observations, just interrupt me, because I'm going to do a voice and I'm going to play music behind me, and we're going to take a little stinger, have a little stinger every paragraph. We can talk during those breaks, or if there's something strikes you sooner, you just let me know.
Well, interrupting is our core competency. So
story time. I love it.
Let me take a drink of water before I do this. I'm already talked out.
Cheers.
Oof, my light.
Okay. Yeah, don't judge me. Meg, I know you do theater, so okay, go easy on me here. Oh, let me get my music playing here.
Too late.
Oh, here's my creepy music for our true crime. It may take me a second to remember how to do this voice. England. Okay, here we go. Ready? England, 1979. Just 2 years before the... Already?
Did you have a speech?
All right. Well, what's funny you say that is I imagine it's an older guy, an older voice actor who has dentures and has to talk around his dentures.
You went really, really deep in your character development.
I journaled. I have an animal spirit that I chose. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did work. This guy's got a history.
I'm dead.
England.
We're in England in 1979. Is that right?
Yes, England.
1979.
Awesome.
You see, I'm talking around it too. I have to.
There's
Just
a
2
lateral
years
list.
before the world would be introduced to the fictional treasure hunter Indiana Jones, British publishing firm John Cape printed clues to an actual treasure hunt. In near record time, the art book will sell over 1 million copies. More importantly, it will spark a quest for the real-life MacGuffin of the book, a golden pendant. And much like the adventures of the globe-trotting professor, the treasure paled to the journey, which brought scandal, video games, and death. This is the true story of Masquerade.
The production value is incredible.
Oh, thank you. You know where I cribbed this from. You guys are theater guys.
That Les Mis?
Oh, so close era-wise when it came out. Oh, no? Okay,
No.
It was a Masquerade Ball. You think he comes as the Red Death?
Phantom of the Opera?
Phantom, yes, that's... Hang on, let me switch screens for a second here.
I don't want to. I'm offering to add.
Yeah.
If you want at any point for the illustrations to be shown, I'm happy to do so because
You have the book?
right here next to me.
All right. Hey, guys, this was a great show. Jess already knows the story.
No, I
You don't know the story, but you have the book?
No. I don't know what your take
Okay.
on it is. I don't know
no,
about I'm not showing anything yet. I'm just saying I don't know your 80s doom-stricken.
I'm going to tell you how this book came to be and what followed after it was published.
Very excited.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, all right. Yeah, there's a part where we talk about the book, what's in it. So, yeah, that'd be great. Thanks. That's amazing. Okay, fantastic.
All right, here we go. Back to this guy.
Oh.
March 1976. So we're going back a few years here. Tom Masler, I'm going to say, had an illustrious career at John Cape. One of his first assignments gave rise to Ernest Hemingway's memoir, A Movable Feast. He purchased the British rights to Catch-22 for a pittance, which may be an actual denomination in England, I don't know. And he shepherded books by Salman Rushdie and John Lennon. A force behind the United Kingdom's prestigious Booker Prize, Masler had a talent for knowing not just what would sell, but what would sell well. And Masler needed a work that would exploit the growing market for lavishly illustrated children's books. It was this that led him to a moss-covered cottage in rural Gloucestershire.
It's crazy that you have the book. That is so wild. I love that.
There's a story behind it, but I'll share after your whole
story behind you getting the book. Okay,
yes.
Very good. Marcus says, in unison, they all fell off. That was awesome. Yeah, because you really stunned us. Because of the voice, I guess. Kat says, are you kidding me? Jessica has the book. I was wondering what you went off looking for on the side there. Yeah, all right, okay. So it takes a little bit to get into it, and then it starts getting weird. So this is just some exposition here.
The door to the quaint home opened to reveal Kit Williams. An eccentric, solitary artist, Williams had a leprechaun's beard, a lazy eye, and a mad scientist's heart. Although he looked the part and had built a television from scratch before his 13th birthday, Williams never found success in academics. Instead, he ran away to the Royal Navy, where he taught himself to paint to avoid playing cards with the other enlisted men. Maslow was certain Williams was perfect, was the perfect artist for the job, but could Maslow convince the lone creator to partner with a writer? No, he couldn't.
So you have the book. Do you know anything about these characters? Do you recognize any of these people? The publisher, the art?
I know about the publisher. I don't. I mean, I know.
Okay.
a lot of what you're saying is new. I know about the publisher, and I know about the the point of it. But I'm riveted.
All right.
I'm riveted, Will. Keep going.
And Meg, you're not familiar with this at all, right? I'm guessing.
Not at all.
Okay.
Totally new.
Good.
Williams wanted nothing to do with what Maslow was pitching. An illustrated children's book was beneath the quirky artist. Even more so, a partner would infringe on Williams' freedom to control every aspect of the work. Their meeting unsuccessful, Maslow headed out the door of the cottage. As he crossed the threshold, however,
there's a lot of sounds in that.
As he crossed the threshold, however, Maslow made one final pitch. I think you could do something that no one has ever done before. Indeed, Williams would exceed Maslow's wildest expectations and others' nightmares.
All right, we're getting to the meat of it now.
I'm still stuck on the leprechaun's beard and the lazy eye. You left me behind with that. I'm like mulling.
Yes.
I'm very into that.
Yes.
Yes.
Or are you picturing Lucky Charms or something?
Something far more sinister. No, closer to like leprechaun, you know.
Oh, I'm a leprechaun.
You know, leprechaun. That's scary. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's exactly what we wanted because
he murdered everybody.
And ate them.
No, that's not true.
Thinking the meeting had not borne fruit, Maslow was surprised when Williams called him a few weeks later. The previously demure artist offered a rambling pitch about riddles and treasure. Maslow could barely follow, but he knew Williams' brainchild was special. Williams had grown frustrated by the way readers leafed quickly through illustrated books. So, inspired by the Victorian puzzle books he pored over in his youth, Williams decided to craft an art book based around a puzzle. One that could not be solved using the book alone. Instead, this book would require readers to search the artwork for clues and then employ those clues in the real world. Thus was born Masquerade. Although Williams didn't know it, the title was prophetic.
I feel like I need to do this every time you have that music.
That is such a great idea. So let me get this straight. So he didn't want to do a children's book, but then he thought about it and he was like, I do want to do this.
Yeah.
All right. Brilliant.
And I'm going to make all those children suffer. Some child hurt him.
And they didn't have a Meg to protect them.
Right.
Or he didn't.
Yes.
He needed a Meg.
Or if they did, she wouldn't remember. Let's face it, that she did. We know that about her. It's funny you do that thing, Jessica, because when we did it live, the audience started doing that. And there was like a wave every time he did it.
Is there any, there's no alternative. It's like,
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to sting you. Called a stinger.
I'm feeling it.
The story itself was straightforward enough.
Do you know the story in the book story? Did you read the book?
Yes, of course.
Oh, Meg, and you're not like me necessarily, of course, and maybe Jessica more, I don't know. But I read the statistic recently that people purchase way more books than they read. And I am definitely that guy.
I'm definitely that person.
I'm a sucker for good marketing. If the cover looks good, I'm like, I'm getting it. And read the back, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting this.
No,
and then you just let it malinger on a shelf.
Yeah, I do have this sense though. I don't know if you guys feel this way, not because you're more mature than I am, that just owning it is enough. As if through osmosis, I'm somehow more, informed now.
Well, once you own it, there's a possibility you'll read it. Mm-hmm. And if you don't own it, you won't. So it's just one step in the right direction.
So it's retail optimism.
Yeah.
Right.
It's really what you're engaged.
Which reminds me, this idea that, talking about books, I tried to give away a copy of my book. This is my plug. Totally Bogus, but True Tales from the 1980s, which is, is like these stories here on live the other day. Nobody wanted it. They didn't even want it for free.
Are you kidding?
No.
What? I got it, by the way. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to it. It's on my pile.
You know
but
why?
I'm definitely going to get to it.
I'm sure that you know this because you've now published a book, but moving print is really hard. Ebook and audio, and what infuriates me is now we're going to get into like my various gripes. People say that they've read a book, but they've listened to it.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that.
I do too, but honestly, I read something because my wife and I had this argument, and maybe she even sent it to me because my wife is very well read, but to accomplish life, she will read. When she can't read, she'll pick up on the audio and do something else and then go back to the book. She reads a lot of books, but I did get into this because just a lot of my family, I was raised by, I would say apes, but they did it not like the animals that raised Tarzan, because those were really like he turned out really well. Some other kind. So I'm dick. To be a dick is kind of a thing I have to work on. Like, no, don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. So my wife, I read all that. And she was listening to you mean read? Are you sure read? And so she sent me this article that said mentally it's the same thing. Listening, like as far as your, I don't know. Look, just between you and me, Jessica, I had to accept the argument. You know what, honey? You're right. I am wrong. Because she knows where I sleep.
I am not judgy about listening, but I do think it's rare to find a really good recording of an audiobook. Sometimes the person who's doing the recording puts too much on it. And then I feel like it's not my experience. It's like an added layer of interpretation that I don't appreciate.
You know who needs to read every audiobook ever?
This guy here.
Yeah, sugar, the lateral lisp. Hello. Benedict Cumberbatch is the best. He kills it. So Meg knows I love mysteries, and I love mysteries from the golden age of British mysteries from the 30s and 40s, some 20s. And that he narrates a ton of them. And I'm like, I'm going to listen to this for, going to bed. Like I'm going to let Benedict Cumberbatch tuck me in. Yeah. And then I'm so into it, I don't sleep all night because I'm just like, go, Benedict, go. Yes, It's amazing. So I'm not saying that I'm reading it.
Oh, that's what I was wondering. Okay, cool.
No. So if I'm having an audio experience.
Got you. Okay. So if someone says, hey, if you read any good books lately, you're like, no, I haven't. But I did listen to one. Okay.
Yes. I just, print is print.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I get that. Okay. Well, speaking of that, talk about this print here.
The story was straightforward enough. Jack Hare carries a treasure from the feminine moon to the masculine sun. He loses the treasure on the way, and readers are tasked with studying the book to find it. But the puzzle was as complicated as the story was simple. Indeed, the one person to whom Williams revealed the details had serious doubts that it could ever be solved. And they may have been right. On August 7th, 1979, more than 3 years after his initial meeting with Masler, Williams set out to bury the golden hair pendant that he had crafted himself from precious metals and jewels. He was accompanied by Bamber Gascoigne, a real person, even though it sounds like I made up that name. You might be familiar with Bamber. Bamber Gascoigne was a respected television host who was recruited to serve as a celebrity witness. Graciously, Masler had allowed Williams his independence as he developed Masquerade. As Williams and Gascoigne drove to bury the pendant, Gascoigne began to wonder if that was a mistake. His fears were soon confirmed. Because he murdered him right there on the way. Twist. He's a murderer.
What?
The end. No, that's not true. Okay, here's the real story. All right, now you find out how the puzzle works. All right. See if you. I'd be curious if you knew this, Jessica.
While others fretted over the potential difficulty of Masquerade, Williams was concerned that the solution may be too simple. After all, readers needed only to study 15 illustrations, draw a line from a depicted figure's left eye through the longest digits on its left hand and foot, then repeat the process with the right side to reveal letters in the words surrounding each image, which, using other clues, including a reference to Sir Isaac Newton, could be arranged to read Catherine's long finger overshadows earth-buried yellow amulet, midday points the hour in light of equinox look you. Far from too simple, Gascoigne believed the solution was, quote, infinitely more complex than Kit realized.
So, Jessica, did you figure it out? Did you look at it and then you knew to do this? You were like,
Hell no. No.
Okay.
I stared at it like everyone else, like a complete dim bulb. And only when I wound up, I have the book because I was working with a client, an author, who wanted to do a puzzle book. And he had no idea about this. So I got 2 copies. I sent him one. I kept the other. And I was trying to explain to him. And then I was like, Jesus, I never like, I get bored easily. Let's be honest.
Okay.
So I gave it a few tries when this came. I was like, 10? And so that was the end of that. So it was only when as an adult, when I was looking at it to figure out how to use puzzle solving for basically for book marketing that I took a look at it.
And did this author wind up doing the puzzle book?
Well, like Kit Williams, he thought that what was simple for him was simple for everybody. And he was wildly mistaken. And he was putting all kinds of like computer code in. And I was like, dude, like, and I'm not going to spoil one of the big details here, but the problem that Masquerade ran into is I was like, this is what you're going, like, there's no question that you're going to have the same result, which we'll discuss later.
Yeah, it's a cautionary tale. You're right. Yeah. That's why I'm curious if that book.
But I love this book. I mean, I think it's brilliant, and it is the product of a lunatic. And that's always like that's the greatest stuff that exists, is when someone's so, off on their own trip that they make something that doesn't have any of the normal, guardrails. And that's what this book is.
So can you show us? You said you have a. Can you show us some?
Yeah, I'm fascinated.
Yes.
I hope it's beautiful.
Illustrations.
Okay, so this is.
Yes.
Oh, sorry about that. There we go. I'm trying to have it so that it's not. Hold on, let me pull this back a little bit. Okay, so that's the cover of the book.
Okay,
and
what are the illustrations like? Yeah.
So So this is the text on one side. This is a spread, and then let me see if I can get this so there's no reflection.
Beautiful. So the text is giving you a clue as to what you should be looking for in the illustration on that page.
Right. But there's also text inside the illustration.
All right.
So you have to figure out, how does this work with this, or does it, or does this work with this? And then you have what's the sequence? There's so many layers. This is a very dark image. So let's find something like this is.
It's great artwork.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it looks really familiar. I feel like I must have a book illustrated by Kit Williams.
And this actually is the pendant.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So
very cool. Yeah. Okay. We'll find out if anybody ever figured it out. Solved it here. Hey, I know it sounds like we've got some giant corporate sponsor behind us, but we don't. Instead, our show is brought to you every week by listeners just like you. And by brought to you by them, I mean they help pay for the bills. And there's a bunch of them to bring you a quality podcast about 80s nostalgia and its continued impact today. Hey, to join this group of fantastic folks, please go to patreon.com/1980snow. And if you can't do that, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and the podcast platform you're listening to right now. So I told you about those words that if you did that right, then you got these words.
Okay.
Once a treasure hunter had the proper words.
Marcus says, I listened to this story twice now. He was at the live. And still have no clue what the hell Will's talking about. Karen says, reminds me of the hidden pictures page in Highlights magazine. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Fond memories of the orthodontist.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, doctor's office, yeah.
Once a treasure hunter had the proper words, a hidden acrostic close by Amt Hill would point them to Amt Hill Park in Bedfordshire, specifically to the park's cross-shaped monument to Catherine of Aragon, in a touch presaging Raiders of the Lost Ark. Have you guys seen that movie?
Yes.
Okay.
One would need to dig where the monument's shadow pointed at noon.
Ooh, I love that. That's so smart. And no one figured that out?
Well, we're getting there.
Oh, sorry.
You know, someone during the live, I think, brought this up, and I don't know. Is this how this precedes, Raiders of the Lost Ark? Did this inspire the writer, Lawrence Kasdan to include this type of puzzle, I wonder? I don't know. Where we go. Okay.
One would need to dig where the monument's shadow pointed at noon on the day of the equinox to unearth the pendant's ceramic casket.
Okay.
That container was inscribed with the legend, I am the keeper of the jewel of Masquerade, which lies waiting, safe inside me, for you or eternity. If Gascoigne's suspicions were correct, it might be an eternity.
It seems very Kit Williams to have that much confusing text on the box. Like, you finally got it, just open it. Like, shut up. Listen up.
Yeah, wait, is this it?
Like, just have it inscribed. You made it.
Yeah.
You're done.
I'm going to put it back. I'm not sure this is even
exactly.
Ignorant of Gascoigne's concerns, Masler was in overdrive with publicity, including full-color magazine spreads and a spot on BBC News. The initial print run of 60,000 copies sold out within days. By Christmas, Masquerade had knocked Frederick Forsyth's most recent thriller, The Devil's Alternative, to the number 2 spot. Masler had been counting on the book to be a success, but neither he nor the book's mastermind had reckoned with the number of responses they would receive, or the lengths to which some audacious treasure hunters would go.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Because he murdered them, Meg.
I'm not falling for that again.
Okay. only the first 2
Better
times.
be a murder here somewhere.
Are you going to come through the screen and murder me? Okay, cool. So far, that description of how to solve it, there's no way. I love puzzles. No way.
No way.
This is a guy who built a TV when he was 13. This is a detail that I think we need to keep in mind. His perspective is so skewed that he's not in touch with actual human thought.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm just grousing, which I love doing.
Means I just have to cut you off. Just get going. Okay.
Yeah.
Masler and Williams announced that it was not necessary to dig up the pendant to win.
Okay.
They would accept the first correctly worded answer mailed to them. Thousands of letters flooded John Cape's offices. Some from as far away as Japan, Australia, and South Africa. Since no one at the publishing firm knew the answer, the proposed solutions were forwarded to Williams, who reviewed hundreds of responses each day. Between the letters and numerous interviews, and even a tour to America, Williams, who had hoped Masquerade would further his career as an artist, ironically found he had no time left for art.
Cruel irony.
Answering all of the letters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or at least reviewing them. Maybe I don't know if he responded to the wrong ones necessarily, but yeah.
Also, didn't you describe him as sort of a recluse? So
Yeah,
now he's
right.
forced to deal with the public, like this poor bastard. He's just like, I hate people.
Yeah. It's like if he were a germaphobe and he was forced to be a phlebotomist all of a sudden. Like, damn it, why did I make this book about bloodletting?
It's sort of like the what is it? The Burgess Meredith episode
right.
of right?
Right. Got all this time now and his classes break. Yeah.
Exactly.
Twilight Zone.
Hey, Brandon. Brandon just joined us. Hey, Brandon. He says hello.
So many people suspected that Williams had buried the pendant close to home that his neighbors began to tell strangers there was no Kit Williams living in Gloucestershire. Nearby, Haresfield Beacon.
Might be because it's called Haresfield, right? They thought.
Mm-hmm.
Haresfield Beacon was dug up so many times that Williams was forced to pay for a sign telling treasure hunters they were digging in the wrong spot.
Becoming a nightmare. Crazy. They had a lot of time, a lot of effort. I mean, it worked.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Wait, what worked?
impressive. Well, the gimmick of the book was effective.
Yes,
Well, what's interesting is that again, this is so common. The publisher's goal is completely at odds with Kit Williams' goal. The publisher wants to sell as many books as humanly possible and as many books as go out. That's how roughly, let's even say half of them are going to start trying to find the treasure, right? All that Kit Williams wants to do is, I want to make an art book on my own terms so I can make more art books on my own terms. Meh. And hence,
Mayhem.
And I wonder if it was important to him as part of his art that someone could solve it. Like, would he have felt, and again, this doesn't even give away whether someone solves it or not. Would he have felt incomplete, unsatisfied, as a failure if it wasn't so that someone could actually put it together? I wonder, like you're saying, how he has a different sort of goal or agenda than the publisher. They're fine. The books are out the door to door.
Yeah,
I wonder if for him, he needed someone to solve it.
Who knows? But don't you get a little whiff of Kit Williams wanting to be clever, like a little,
oh my gosh,
little
yes.
cleverer
what's the
than
point of building
anyone
a
else?
TV if it doesn't turn on? So
But that's just for him.
there has to be an answer. There has to be a solution. He wouldn't just do it to not have it work.
Like, he didn't build the TV and say, now I can have friends over. Finally, we can watch Cheers or earlier. We can watch Barney Miller. I'm getting the right time zone there, time era. Oh, Cat loves you, Jessica.
It's fish.
Yeah, fish. That's right. The Barney Miller spinoff, fish.
Exactly. Not even Barney Miller.
Right, no.
I think that Cat Williams got some, this is based on nothing other than a thought that's occurring to me this second. I think he got off on it not being solved, at least for some period of time.
Okay, interesting.
That it not be easy, but that there be a solution.
Right. Yeah. Kat says she likes your Kit Williams voice. Meh.
Why? See? I don't want you to find anything.
So many people suspected that Williams had... Wait, did I say this one already? Oh, I just didn't finish this paragraph. Oh, okay, that's what it is. Oh, okay, so they're digging in the wrong spot. He had to get a sign. He had to make a sign. All right. One woman submitted every combination of latitude and longitude. Sometimes sending dozens of letters a day.
No.
This is free computers too. You can write a program to just do that now. But geez.
Yeah, no. That's someone who has much bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
Just finding his pendant.
Please, Grandma. Please stop. Please. It's Christmas. Kids miss you.
An American airline ran special flights, even giving traveling treasure hunters a commemorative shovel.
A commemorative shovel?
Yeah, it's a dig. Look, this is the late 70s. You got a shovel to get on a plane.
I mean, we keep looking for the murder. So everyone now has a murder weapon on the flight.
Everybody was murdered on the plane.
The most foul with a shovel.
Yes. And then bury the body, yeah.
Perfect.
Masquerade madness had hit. But for more than a year, no one came close to solving the puzzle.
Sorry.
I gotta
Was that
solve
your
Meg's
shovel?
lamp. Yeah.
My shovel.
That's right. Shovel's ready.
God,
The
maybe
shovel
I should
in
just
hand.
leave it here.
It's spookier.
It is spookier.
Ooh, yeah. Look at that. You should be telling the story.
Creepy.
Oh, let's see. I can grab this light over here.
Oh, also creepy.
I could do a different voice if you'd rather too. All right, here we go.
Suspicions began to arise that maybe it was all a publicity stunt. Masler convinced Williams to put together an additional clue that appeared in the Sunday Times the week before Christmas 1980. The following year, a treasure hunter named Peter Ormandy came close to guessing the solution, even narrowing it down to Ant Hill Park. But his reasoning was incorrect. And since he had corresponded with Williams, Williams panicked that his personal involvement might jeopardize the contest. While all this drama was occurring, two physics teachers were beginning their own hunt.
You know it's going to be two teachers that figure this out. Come on. Come on now, teachers.
Let's hope.
Or maybe not. Maybe they were complicit in something else, Meg.
Murder.
Murder.
The guy
Shovel
who
murder.
got to the hill, to the proper hill, he just had inside info.
Well, it seemed a little, he was, I guess Williams was concerned it seemed suspicious because the guy was able to guess it, but not explain how he knew it.
Okay, so it's like inside information or something.
Yeah, or he just, much like this longitude and latitude probably wouldn't have, she may have very well hit upon it, but because she didn't solve it.
Got
She
it.
just located it, yeah.
Got it.
He really wanted someone to solve it, I guess. I guess that's the answer. That was part of the thing. You had to solve it too, yeah.
Are you as smart as I am?
Yes.
I think his voice changed.
Yeah, well, it's gonna.
As far as I am.
Mark Baker and John Russo spent part of New Year's Day 1981 studying Masquerade, which Russo had originally purchased for his daughter.
Give me that. You're never going to figure that. Merry Christmas. Your mom will be here to pick you up in 20 minutes. Is that what you're going to wear?
The pair approached the puzzle as scientists, gradually dissecting Williams' book, possibly the only people to do so without outside help. By the end of 1981,
So a year has gone by.
Got it.
by the end of 1981, they had accurately predicted where to find the treasure. But rather than notifying Williams, they dug. Initially planning to wait for the spring equinox in March of 1982, they instead used special equipment to predict where they should dig.
So smart.
Right? Teachers telling you, yeah.
But after the two failed in early 1982, they decided to wait until the actual equinox.
Okay.
By then, however, it would be too late.
Oh my God, what happened?
Shovel murder.
Shovel murders everywhere. So many bodies when they dug. Oh, even I'm feeling, oh, hang on. Just thinking about all the bodies. Oh,
So many doubles.
so many shovels. On February 19th, 1982, the day after Barker and Rousseau's second attempted dig, Williams received a letter from Ken Thomas with a solution that was roughly accurate. Although it was clear that Thomas had not properly solved the puzzle, time and frustration had worn down Williams.
Fuck it! He won! He won! He won! You won! I can't do this anymore. I don't even have time for a coloring book. Jesus Christ!
Can you do it like a leprechaun?
No, I can't. Can you?
No, I can't.
I suspect you can.
It would be offensive, I'm sure.
Offensive to leprechauns?
Somebody. It's one of my superpowers of finding a way to offend people.
You're from the leprechaun contingent.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
No,
I'm
see,
gonna cancel this deficit.
no, see, that's a munchkin.
Oh, so I upset the munchkin.
See,
I got you.
There you go.
Williams wanted it to be over, so he called Thomas to tell him he had deduced the correct location and he should go and dig. Surprisingly, Thomas was disinterested. He would dig another day, he said. I got stuff to do.
Another day.
Yeah,
What?
it would only get stranger from there. I got shit to do. I can't be troubled with this digging.
I don't know. Yeah, you think you've solved it. I mean, well, that's what's weird about this. Yeah,
Very
that's what's weird, right? Yeah, that's why it's weird. Yeah.
Like, okay, but Williams told him he was right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's all he cared about. He didn't care about the thing itself.
Oh, okay. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. That could be it. Yeah, that's true.
Well, there's smacks of underachiever behavior that it's like, well, I know that I can do it, so why bother trying anymore?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. This almost seems to me like if that were the case, that Williams had met his match. You know, it's like, I solved it. Yeah, you did. I don't even need it.
Yeah,
That's
it's who
fine.
can be more annoying.
Oh,
Yeah. I bested you
I
intellectually.
care less than you care. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't need the jewels.
Cares.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want the rabbit I made? Yeah.
That's it. I made it with tinfoil,
Yeah.
saran wrap, pretty.
My mom said it was great.
A few days later, Thomas called Williams again to report he had called Williams again. This time to report he had recovered the hair pendant. Then he refused to answer calls for a week. And when he returned, he agreed to only 2 interviews. One for a newspaper, one for television. When his TV interview was conducted, he demanded his voice be distorted.
Huh.
And when there was a public unveiling of the pendant, he attended with a cap pulled over his face and his back to the cameras.
Was it Kit Williams?
It was Kit Williams.
Of course it was.
And he murdered everybody, Meg.
No, it's not Kit Williams. Not Kit Williams. I mean, maybe it's Kit
He was
Williams.
the
That's what I
JT
was thinking.
Leroy of illustrated books.
It's just like Williams trying to like get this whole thing to stop.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
So he masqueraded as the person
no,
who
you did not.
solved the riddle, right?
Could be. Yeah.
Is that it?
That's like a
he solve
7-layer dip of crazy. That's
Yeah, the guy showed up with what was clearly an illustrated face. Cartoon face. And he looked like a rabbit. The only thing that Kit Williams could make. Rabbits.
I don't know. And maybe it's Kit Williams. We'll find out. Second here.
The explanation for this strange behavior wouldn't come until years later, when it was revealed that Ken Thomas did not exist.
I knew it.
He was a ghost.
What?
you're so crazy.
I love how there's no pause between you hearing something and you reacting.
I can't, Meg. Pull it together. You're representing for DS80s. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying it wasn't a ghost?
Which was DS80s is a very legitimate show.
It wasn't a ghost?
I don't think
Shockingly.
so.
Oh my
That
God.
would be quite the
You
turn.
know who it was, Jessica?
Who?
Yes, who was it?
Who was it?
Do you know?
Oh, do you know?
I'm not telling.
Okay.
You do
Ooh.
know, or do
I'm
you
not
know?
saying anything. This is not my
Oh,
circus.
okay.
All right.
This is our friend's circus. I don't want
Sounds
to.
like she knows. Uh-huh.
Maybe I know a
What do you mean?
part of it.
Well, you might know because you'd want to tell that author. You got to read the story. What happened? You don't want to go down this path of crazy.
Continue.
In the immediate aftermath, there was so much dissatisfaction with the treasure hunt. Many treasure hunters refused to believe that Thomas had truly claimed the prize, while others spoke of a conspiracy between the artist and the publisher.
That I believe.
And even the third group suggested it was ghosts. But other people said those people were crazy, and they shouted them down.
Quite
Don't have
rightly.
imaginations.
No.
What was
quite
that,
right.
Meg?
No, those are people who don't have vivid imaginations.
Do you
I'm
really
sorry.
do you really like listen, I need a timeout. Do you really think that the rabbit is gonna be found by a ghost? Are you like living in Scooby-Doo?
Okay.
Like
All right.
We don't know.
Okay. Just to end this, there's no ghosts. I promise you that.
Okay, well, I'm
We've
disappointed.
shared some supernatural stories on the show, but this one is definitely not ghosts. I was just having fun.
sorry. Fine.
All right, so people thought it might be a conspiracy between the two.
But that didn't stop Masquerade's legacy. Even before the treasure was discovered, there had been an Italian version. A decade later, a golden owl would be buried with similar clues in France, leading to a treasure hunt lasting over 30 years. In America, the hunt for Fenn's fortune would be more dangerous, claiming at least 5 lives. But Masquerade's influence extended beyond the real world and into the digital.
You okay, Meg?
Yeah, no, I'm at the edge of my seat.
Okay, yeah. So here's some, and I don't know, maybe, Jess, you probably don't know this parts of it. I think some of the effect of Masquerade in this book and in other media.
No, I definitely don't.
And it's interesting, or maybe you do, because it's really interesting how this all comes together. Seriously, this is kind of crazy.
Not long after the man claiming to be Ken Thomas claimed the prize.
I said claim twice. Not long after I'm claiming to be Ken Thomas. That was fine. We'll fix it in the edit.
Great Britain, when we do the real show, as I say, Great Britain and the world turned toward a new craze. Computers.
Computers?
Yes. Alchemstone, a video game published in 1981, remains unsolved to this day. Pymania, I'm going to say, but it may be pronounced Pymania, from 1982 was solved 3 years later. Atari's Sword Quest series was clearly influenced by Masquerade, and artist Roy Thomas said that Atari abandoned plans to bury that game's treasures after the issues with Masquerade became apparent. Many puzzle games today cross multiple media, in homage to the work pioneered by Williams. But the strangest game to be inspired by Masquerade would eventually lead to the truth behind Ken Thomas.
I don't think Jessica does know all this. We know she's well-read and smart. Gotta stump her.
No,
I'm gonna have to add a ghost.
Add the ghost.
Yeah.
In 1984, a new software company called Hairsoft offered a 2-part game called Hair Razor. Hair, like the pendant, like the animal.
Okay.
almost like a digital version of Masquerade hair razor, again, H-A-R-E,
Got it.
razor, required players who had to purchase both parts to explore various settings in an effort to gather clues. Decades later, comedian and computer game historian Stuart Ashen would describe it as, quote, quite possibly the worst video game ever, end quote.
I'm not saying a lot.
Yes.
I was desperately hoping for an opening about like a red herring joke.
Oh.
So I'm just giving that to you now. Like,
Oh, thank you.
like
Okay.
incorporate
Gotta work
that.
that in.
Yes. Enjoy.
We'll be on the lookout for that. My brain, I'm going to be preoccupied with that now. Quite possibly video game.
In a bit of foreshadowing, the only good review came from a Mrs. Widdowson, who was later revealed to be working for the game's developers. Gameplay was nonsensical, and there appeared to be no solution. But there was a prize. Do you know what it is, Jessica?
No,
Prizes?
no. I have to come
Meg,
up
you
with
know
a
what the
voice
prize
to go
was?
with your like, no, I have no idea.
Oh, I didn't realize I was so musical.
You have any idea, Meg, what the prize might be?
No idea.
I bet you both can guess.
Is it the golden hair?
It's the very same hair pendant Ken Thomas had claimed.
So a company called Hairsoft creates a game called Hair Razor that is very similar to the book Masquerade, and the prize is the hair pendant that Ken Thomas.
How did they
Dug up.
get it?
Oh, glad you asked.
Oh. Murder!
Murder.
With a
They
shovel.
murdered everyone.
He was digging, and that was it.
He kept digging. He's digging still today. If you listen at midnight, you can hear the digging.
You can hear the scrape of the shovel's blade.
I can hear it approaching now.
Oh.
Oh, that sounds more like a curtain going up in the theater. Okay. Get rid of that. Of course, no one ever solved Hair Razor. Hairsoft went into liquidation and the pendant was sold at Sotheby's. With Masquerade's prize once more in the news. Tom Maschler took the opportunity.
This is what a book publisher would do, right? This is what you're saying.
Tom Maschler took the opportunity to publicize the book once more.
I love it. Yes, they need to sell the book.
You know how like all heists or mysteries or follow the money? Follow the publicity. Follow the marketing. 100% of the time.
Does that mean? But you're not suggesting that they're involved in the
I'm not
scandal of
now I don't mean to imply anything.
Okay.
What I am saying is in life with publishers,
I see.
therein lies your answer for almost everything.
Okay. Interesting. I feel like there's something implicit in that, though, that, that publishers are shady, which I know you're not suggesting that.
Never.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so Maschler's doing some more publicity.
While Kit Williams tried to purchase his pendant back, only to be outbid. The story caught the attention of newspaper editor Frank Bronston, who had previously investigated a tale about a man who claimed to know where the pendant was buried long before the so-called Ken Thomas dug it up. Branston began his own treasure hunt of sorts.
Brandon says, both of these gals are cracking me up. Will just keeps on trucking as he always does. Oh, okay. Yeah, Ted says this is where the story got really bizarre for me because Ted was at the live.
I love that you're like shovels, ghosts, unsolvable puzzles. But wait, still not crazy.
No,
Now we're going in. Now we're going deep. Okay. Get your shovels.
I don't know if it's going to get any weirder than that. Yeah. I got it. Yeah. Kat says, what did she say? Meg's eyes went to hearing about the Italian version. All right. What's going on there?
Well, I guess I was confused about all the other versions that also had, that's just sort of a side note, right? like people did copycat versions of this and people
Right.
died then, like searching for it, like they fell off cliffs or something.
That's exactly right. In America, they had Fenn's fortune, and it was, I want to say it was believed to have been buried in the New Mexico desert or desert in New Mexico. And people were falling off. 5 people died falling off cliffs, essentially.
That's called natural selection. That's the Darwin Awards right there, in my opinion. But what about copyright infringement? Was there any discussion of that?
No, and it's, maybe you deal with this, but no, there wouldn't be any infringement. I mean, you can't copyright the concept of a puzzle, obviously. So, and they didn't literally copy the clues or anything like that.
Right, they just copied the idea.
Yeah, which is not copyrightable, right?
I haven't seen the work. I can't tell you.
Oh, okay. Or was transformative enough, as you say.
We can do a sidebar on this. I don't know.
Okay, yes, all right. Okay, you want to do it now?
No.
All right, later. We'll do it later.
The pieces fell into place fairly quickly after Will told a story for nearly 60 minutes. Everything came together real fast after that. In December 1988, the truth of the so-called Ken Thomas was finally revealed in an article for the Sunday Times. Hairsoft had been owned by 2 men, Dougald Thompson and John Gard. Gard's girlfriend, Veronica Robertson, had once dated Kit Williams, with whom she had picnicked at Ant Hill Park on the day he decided on the pendant's hiding place.
That I knew. That's the one thing I knew about the woman.
So your concern with this new author was someone's going to get something. It's going to get out. You can't, unless you're like in a vacuum, I guess. You were afraid someone could solve it without having to deal with his book. Is that what your concern was?
What was my...
When you were telling the artist, you don't want to... This is an example of what could happen bad-wise. I thought you were suggesting that the story of Masquerade is,
talking to my author.
To your author, yeah.
Oh, no, it was the unsolvability makes people bored. And for someone who's not dangling literally a golden pendant in front of, book buyers, you don't want to make something so difficult that, they're going to just wander off.
Right.
And I think that without the jewels, I mean, talk about, what's this, Indiana Jones, without the goods, like who's really sticking around? It was all about the pendant.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So the person who was in the disguise who had their voice changed, was that the girlfriend?
Oh, we don't know yet. Okay. But I'm glad you asked. So as suspected, so you're right. So Veronica Robertson's dated Kit Williams.
Doesn't it seem strange to you that Kit Williams had a girlfriend? I'm sorry.
That's the most shocking.
It's the scariest thing.
Recluse who...
Have you seen his what was it? His
shillelagh.
Didn't he have a lazy eye too?
Yeah.
Oh God.
But that shillelagh was something.
Oh my God, the shillelagh on that guy. I mean, he had taken it to a different place, the wrong place. Okay. So she shares this with Gard.
Knowing his indirect connection might come out quickly, Gard turned to his business partner, Dougald Thompson, who became Ken Thomas.
I wonder if you know this part of the story. This is a small detail here for you.
I probably don't.
Even today, some of the details remain unknown, such as the dynamic between Thompson and Gard, or why Thompson chose the name Ken Thomas. It is speculated that although Thompson and Gard knew to look in Ant Hill Park, it wasn't until they saw the handiwork of physics teachers Barker and Rousseau that they knew exactly where.
Oh, okay.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they'd left signs of their own dig.
Right.
Okay.
They dug once. Remember, then they went back to dig again, but then the treasure was gone.
Sloppy.
Indeed, it may be that Barker and Rousseau had actually unearthed the pendant, failed to see it in the dirt, and the opportunistic Thompson and Guard snatched it up. What is known, however, is that the pair used the prize as collateral to create hair soft.
Wow. So some loan officer, or like who used it as collateral with who?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, what do you got? What do you got for this? You want to open a business? What do you got? I like this rabbit. Okay, all right, we can do it. We can do something with this.
Well, you know what strikes me as odd? It just occurs to me. Now, assuming they didn't deal with a loan shark, which again, I think maybe you're suggesting, I don't know, maybe Meg is like, who takes these things as collateral? Is if they use it as collateral, they couldn't then go and offer it as the prize.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
You'd think,
they could. I mean, if they get a loan and then they think that they're going to earn the money out with their amazing, terrible game, then they get their pendant back. They're up and running as this phenomenal business, and then they have the pendant as the prize. This is magical thinking, but that is what they were thinking.
Yes, I don't know. Some
Do you know how much the pendant was worth? How much did it sell for at Sotheby's?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know, and I meant to look this up. I realized only at the live that I didn't have this. Let's see, Sotheby's. Do I have it on here? It fetched 31,900 pounds. Yeah. So
no idea what that means. In money?
In actual money?
Yeah, in actual.
Not in Monopoly money?
Yeah.
How does that translate?
Okay. Today it would be $43,000. So not including inflation, which would add a good amount of money, obviously, to that. So I'm just doing a conversion today. So 31,000 pounds today would be around $43,000. So it's not a crazy amount, you would think, but we need to get this money back.
Enough to start a computer.
How are you starting a computer game company with that? That's very small amount of money.
Yeah, and again, going back to it being a little shady, is they started the company before they sold the rabbit, right? Because they were going to give the rabbit away. They only got auctioned because the company got liquidated, and no one ever solved their dumb game.
The real mystery here is where were they hiding their business sense?
And they weren't very good at doing puzzles.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So these two morons somehow found the pendant is really the story here, is that these two, this is like a Three Stooges, like Larry and Moe, Curly digs, Larry and Moe find the hole. Like it's completely demented.
Except maybe they took advantage of those teachers' work here.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Those are the true heroes of this story.
All right, so this is the end. All right, here we go. This is the ending here. Let's see.
Okay.
Two paragraphs here.
Although the Sunday Times article provided a degree of closure to what is likely the wildest treasure hunt in British history, it was a melancholy conclusion. Williams said, quote, "This tarnishes Masquerade, and I'm shocked by what has emerged. I feel a deep sense of responsibility to all those many people who were genuinely looking for it. Although I didn't know, it was a skeleton in my cupboard, and I'm relieved it has come out."
Is he talking about the fact that this woman he dated knew?
Yeah,
and then...
it's very, well, I guess it's very
way to make it all about you, Kit. Like,
well, it was all about him. It was his project. And then nobody really solved it. It was, and that's all he wanted. He just wanted somebody to solve it.
No, you set something in motion. You can't be attached to the outcome. That's, as a that's, to me, that's the story of Kit Williams, is that he was way too controlling.
By the way, I just looked up how much $43,000 would be now, and that's $116,000.
Okay.
So you can start a company with $116,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they were doing the programming themselves.
Right. See, you get that feeling, right? It's a company of two people. Oh, I guess the third and their girlfriend, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so but what of the? All right, so this is the ending here. What of the precious hair pendant?
But what of it?
After its sale at auction in 1988, the jewel-encrusted rabbit disappeared for many years. Then, in July of 2000, what happened to my music? Then, in July of 2009, the BBC produced a special on Masquerade. Williams, who had returned to painting, spoke about the hunt and the scandal for the first time in 2 decades, and expressed a desire to see the pendant again. The granddaughter of the current owner, an anonymous buyer in Asia, reunited Williams with the treasure he crafted. Quote, I recognize my own work, I suppose, in the way the mother would recognize her babies. End quote.
Yeah, everything seems so, self-aggrandizing? Is that something like that?
I think it's better if Kit stays by himself in his house with his eye.
I had a girlfriend once, I swear to God.
Exactly. She's in Canada now.
Yeah.
Williams said upon handling the hair pendant for the first time in more than 30 years, quote, I made this thinking this is something really special, and it turned out that way.
Of course it did. Yeah, there you go.
What a jerk.
Okay,
that's a great story, Will.
got?
And there's so little that I knew.
Oh, Meg's got a picture of him holding it there.
That absolutely tracks.
Yeah.
That tracks. That's 100% correct.
He's got the leprechaun's beard and everything. Yeah.
Wow.
So there you go. Yeah.
Meg, you're so funny.
that's what. Have you guys heard about geocaching?
Yeah. Yeah, that was really hot.
No.
Like,
Fun.
I don't know, 15 years ago or so, right?
No.
Yeah.
What is that?
I've never
What is
really
that?
done it.
What is it?
People hide jewels like in places like nooks of trees and stuff, and then you are given coordinates and you have to find them, and when you find them, that's really exciting.
Yeah. And
It's a thing.
yeah. And other things too. It's kind of like a treasure hunt. Yeah.
I didn't make it up. I swear to God, just the thing.
I think it was
So basically all you have to do is know how to interpret coordinates, and then you're like, oh,
No,
look.
it's a little bit more complicated than that. It's a little bit more of a journey. I think that there's some clues involved, but you do. I met somebody who just loves it and will travel all over the country to do it.
Yeah, I've seen some examples or videos where people like, you'll get the coordinates and then you're in an area and you don't know necessarily where it is, like, but maybe like Meg suggesting you get clues. And I saw one where like people, it was like in the middle of a field somewhere where there was like wooden fencing and the treasure, and it wasn't anything expensive. It might have been just a note saying like you found it or something like that, was they had carved out a hole in like one of the posts of the fence and like put a false top on it. So you had to like pivot the top open and like reach in. And so it's a little more involved than just the coordinates. That gets you so far. And a lot of those things are hidden in New York too. Speaking of, that obviously you're out there. I've seen a lot of examples where stuff, it's like, a subway entrance and someone's put it, you got to move a sign or something in the thing or mailbox. Yeah.
It's under the rat.
Yes.
Just pick up.
Pizza rat.
Squeak. Meg knows my extreme antipathy towards rats and pigeons and has been sending me the cutest videos with rats in them. And Meg, this is an homage to you that I even was able to reference, like pick up the rat. So you're conditioning me very well to be open to urban wildlife.
That's funny. Yeah. Is it working at all? It is working then?
Well, I look at her videos now.
Yeah.
They're so cute. They're like, people who rub their rats' tummies and stuff.
Yeah.
And mommy rats with baby rats.
No. There's this one guy on the subway who's like kissing his rat on the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would be, You know,
That was a bridge too far.
that would be a way to stay safe on the subway, though. I guarantee no one's approaching you if you're kissing a rat.
It's true. Isn't that in life? Just act crazy.
Yeah. Yes. Agreed. Yes. Hey, that was the show. I'm going to thank a bunch of people for supporting the show, and then I'm going to thank you guys for being here in just a moment. Beginning with special thanks to our good friend, who's also an excellent writer, George Krebsky, for lending his talents to us once again. He's written some segments for the show before, including 3 of our true crime stories, all of which we performed before live audiences. And all of George's stories, except for this one that you just heard, are included in our book that we've co-written, Totally Bogus But True, Tales from the 1980s, which includes stories that I have put together, as well as George and our other good buddy, Marcus Taylor. Check that out. It's available wherever books are sold. And a very special thanks to our supporters here, including our early adopters, Rick Parker and Karen Flieger. Jesus Christ, that was loud. That wasn't that loud for you guys. Shit.
Rick and Karen, it was very loud.
And our Secret of My Success level Patreon supporters, including John Henderson, Marcus Taylor, Tony Great, Matt Marino, Nick Guillory, and Brandon Greer.
Yay!
And I see Brandon's there in the chat saying people are still geocaching in some places. Rural areas have gotten into it. And Kat says, yes, Meg, this story reminded me of geocaching too. So there you go. All right. Hey, guys, I am so very grateful. I didn't even count on the fact that, that Jessica would know the story or have the book. That's just kind of crazy. But it did add another layer to this tale. But I'm so grateful that you guys would take the time and come out and listen to my silliness and share your thoughts, insights, concerns, comments, whatever questions, come up with a new puzzle book on your own or whatever happened. I don't know.
Well, thank you for the many, many laughs and a very entertaining
Story time. Story time with Will.
Yeah, and definitely go check out their show. They do a much better job of sharing stories with one another. Again, you get a true crime. Sometimes they're horrible. And you get something lighter. Go check out Desperately Seeking the 80s. Meanwhile, I will talk to you next time right here on 1980s Now.